Hey guys, Tyler here bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Dreux Scout, thankfully spawning on the right way of Evalance, playing as Soviets, and his loadout is Airborne troops, defensive, and mechanized support. Teaming up with him is Heinrich. Playing US forces, straight away locking in to Airborne, going for an early squad of Pathfinders. And look at that strat. Pathfinders spawn in, but on this particular map, you know, the spawning point's way back here. Retreats them to get out to the front lines faster. Nice move on this particular map. Basically gets them on the left. We have Cyrano de Bergerac, who has egg armor, close air support, that's a rear sight, and a mechanized assault. And we also have iKarbO. Things Ostheer, who has elite troops, Yag armor, and joint ops. Also a rear sight. In terms of rankings here, it's all random fair. Both the allies around rank 50 and both the Axis around rank 150, so a little bit of a mismatch on this one. Pathfinders working the range there nicely. You know, they've got such a long line of sight, really helping them dodge the machine gun. Rifleman coming in on the flank during all this, getting a nice heavy cover position. Still focusing on the machine gun with the rifleman though.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Yep. Okay, there we go. Ends up getting suppressed behind heavy cover. That does happen. Pathfinder's trying to focus down the machine gun. Pyro's sprinkling them with damage, chasing in now. We should have left the cover a tiny bit earlier than that, but not too bad. The echelon coming in now. Pyros though ripping into the Pathfinder's close range. In fact, they could go down. Oh. Conscripts in a nice position here. Is this a double Pyro double MG start? It is indeed. Could be a wipe here. Conscripts spinning around, trying to focus fire. They are suppressed now. Accuracy is very, very poor. And they did not quite get it. Maybe if they spun around a tiny bit earlier instead of running forwards there, they could have got the wipe. And wow, after that double Pyro double MG start, does actually put down tier 1 and goes for a Grenadier. Interesting. Actually, that's the point of the double Pyro double MG. You don't go for tier 1. Go for a fast tier 2, but alright. Troops in here from two angles. I think that's a good choice there from Heinrich. Oof. Dropping a couple models though. Don't think he's going to go down pretty healthy, that last one. Okay, Airborne troops locked in. Dropping in those weapon crates. MG getting flanked by the combat engineers. Oh, there's a little bit of a strange retreat there. I think he could have just stayed. Let the combat engineers go to work, and I think I would have made the combat engineers go right point blank on the machine gun as well, not, you know, like maybe 15 range away. That's a slight mistake. Staying on top of it for the moment, but here come the Pyro reinforcements. This one coming across to the squad behind heavy cover, the other one coming down here. Does force the retreat on the machine gun at least, but also having to retreat.
Listen up! Listen up!
MG does suppress the Pathfinders. They're crawling back to safety. A lot of low health models back here. Supervising a anti-air half-track construction. That's going to come in blazingly fast for Heinrich. So a couple nice little moves there. Yeah, the retreat on the Pathfinders to get out to the front lines faster. Supervise on the A half-track. Look at that. Before 5 minutes, A half-track. Almost never see that. Very nicely done. MG ultimately retreating.
Overrunning one of our capture points.
But Axis are kind of pushing forwards at the moment with superior territory control. SVT conscripts haven't really made the impact quite yet, but here they come through the center. MG trying to soft retreat, but there's no troops nearby. Has to just pull the trigger on the actual retreat. Evalance also with Molotovs. You don't see those too often. This could be a wipe. A half-track going for a little bit of a chase down. Got the captain with the bar as well. There he goes. Squad down. Pays the price for going for that cut-off. Did cut the allies off though for a while. Friends, a half-track working against magic. iKarbO going for a pack in response.
The enemy is taking our territory. We are in contact with the enemy.
Yeah, half-track really working well here. Pio's hanging around a little bit too long for iKarbO. Could go down. Oh, and they do. Close to max range there. A little bit careless on that retreat, having to rebuild those now. I suppose technically he could just not rebuild them for a while. Doesn't really need them until he gets tier 3, unless he's planning to go for a 2-2-2, but if he was, he'd probably build it instead of the Pios first. Try to get it onto the battlefield as quickly as possible, so I'm not entirely sure. Molotov onto the EMG there. Conscripts getting melted though. Peregrines come around the sight blocker. Maybe hoping to lob a bundle grenade over the side, but FT conscripts just ripping in so much damage, man. They're so strong. So Muni's cash down from Evalance.
A sector has been cut off.
Ooh, close call on those Pios. Could they go down? Oof. Close, close, close. But yeah, the Axis team are getting a little bit pummeled right now. 2-2 coming out now, but that's a very late one. Close to 8 minutes. Evalance though only starting his tech now, so you know, not going to have any response to this in terms of vehicles. Could just go for the Zis though. Does have a wee bit of manpower floating. A half-track though in the meantime doing some work. Packing a nice position here, however. Do not have the AT grenade teched yet, and he hasn't started it either. He's going to go for the Zis first, trying to bait the conscripts into the machine gun here, but they back away, trying to hide behind this building for the moment. Stall out for time. Wait for that Zis to arrive, and faking that they do have the anti-grenades here. Keeping the 2-2-2 moving, limiting its DPS. Oh! Okay, dodge that it looks like. Did destroy the sandbags with that bundle grenade, however. His troops pushing into the center. A half-track up in the north. Heck, facing the wrong direction at the moment, spinning around now. And he's trying to close the distance for the Faust here. This could be trouble for Heinrich. Faust connects. No! Bugged out. Oh my gosh. Such a heartbreaker when that happens. That was a weird one as well.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
You don't see them in that kind of range. Chipping away at their squads behind cover. Got a Dishka coming down though. And the Zis moving to the front lines also, so 2-2-2. Its days may be numbered here. And there we go, AT grenades just finished now. He's a little bit low on munis though for them. They haven't gone for all these weapon crates and weapon drops. Allies are pushing forwards here. Good amount of territory control for them at the moment. Let's see. Forward ambo for Heinrich. This is a risky one. Where's he going with it? Paratroopers dropped as well. M1919 is going to be the option on the upgrade. A 50 cal up here in the north. Must have airdropped that one in. Since he went captain. Okay, telemine going down. That's a decent idea. Evalance saying this is so boring. Interesting. VP's pretty close to even. It does feel like the Allies have had a slight territory edge. iKarbO slowly starting to grind his way back into this one though after that early loss. Or double loss, right? I think he lost a Grenadier and a Fire. And he got 222 quite late, but has been working out pretty well for him. Keeping it safe away from the Zis, finding opportunities to do damage. So at least he's making the most of it. Rough Nate in, but Heinrich is already dodging. Trying to get away with that there. Oh, that boy went flying. Oh, close call on that Gren. Is that a telemine getting triggered there? Oh, the 222. Bio's in some trouble on the flank. Cyrano not paying attention. And I don't think this is the Cyrano that used to team up with Nagano. In case you were wondering. Put all these beacons down. Focus down that machine gun. Those are slowly dropping to the Grens though, setting up the MG. It does get decrewed, but I don't think he's got enough left to deal with the Grenadiers after that. And the double MGs have been helping iKarbO stabilize here. This guy's tier 3 down. Pretty much there for a Panzer IV as well. Just needs a tiny bit more fuel. Try and take down the beacon, but at the same time getting blasted from the other side. Does manage to finish the job on it, however. Tier 3 down for Cyrano as well, so both of the Axis players going to go for the medium tanks here. Do know that they're not going to be up against anything heavier themselves, you know, no ISU 152 or anything like that. So we can take some confidence in that. They'll just be fighting mediums versus mediums. This kind of ticking decision does make a bit more sense in that department. And this is a pretty wide map. I feel like mediums might go alright. Ouch. Squad down. Two squads on the far side. Okay, Katyusha first for Evalance. Do have double machine guns and a pack on both the Axis players, so there should be quite a few opportunities for it here. But could get caught quite badly off guard with this kind of build. Generally safer to go for a medium first with this kind of scenario. It's just coming forwards for the kill on the fuel cache. Switching over. No, not switching over. 222. Just hanging around, maintaining sight on the cache until it's destroyed. Good play there. Full retreat though up in the north for Heinrich. He was right around there for his medium tank timing. And here comes iKarbO's. They're coming through. This is there, but slightly on the wrong angle. Spinning around now. Doesn't quite get the shot through. Okay, and Heinrich going for a Scott first. Might want to cancel that once he sees the Panzer IV out. Yeah, the Allied lead in terms of fuel control, maybe not as large as they imagined. And the VP lead also not that wide, so I don't know why Evalance is talking so much trash at this stage. And Heinrich doesn't even have an anti-tank gun to support at the moment, so this Scott is just a horrible idea.
Light gun carrier tank ready.
Has to fully retreat from his position there. COH2 missing its mark, trying to go for a close-range barrage. I feel like generally with rocket artillery, with these close-range barrages, if possible, you know, the barrages from the angle, like that, compared to the retreat path, just never seem to work out that well in my experience, so try and get them straight on if you can. And all of a sudden, Axis, with the commanding amount of territory control, Heinrich having to just give up so much territory control, he's airdropping in the anti-tank gun. It looks like he's crewing it with the Pathfinder, so it's going to have super long line of sight. Going forwards for an anti-tank grenade, but not super useful. The Allies massively on the back foot. As I said, you know, COH2 first, a little bit risky. Cyrano was really late getting out his Panzer IV. He could have had this like 2 minutes ago or something. It's the only thing that's been keeping the Allies in the game a little bit. Otherwise, they could have got completely overwhelmed here. Cyrano having a bit of a manpower bind. He's got firing off some shots, takes some shots in return though. Barred up squads chasing in here, but do have the Panzer IV to defend a bit. Nice use of the on me there by the captain, charging forwards here, pressuring the pack, and does get the decrew on it here. Here comes the M1, but that's taking some LMG green fire, and it gets decrewed. Got the Pathfinders there, could maybe try and go for the recrew. Do have the LMG Grenadiers there holding the ground. Another COH2 barrage, long range here. Triggers a Talon mine there, but that's about it. So the first two caddy barrages for Evalance not working out. And just like that, the Axis, I'd say, are in the lead. But here comes the T-34. Let's see what he can do with it. Still got quite a lot of manpower spare as well, Evalance. He's not got the sweepers though, in spite of now 2 tellers getting triggered. It's a pretty big blunder. And good idea to get them now anyway for the repair speed bonus now that he's actually got a vehicle as well, so probably going to need a second combat engineer as well. Still no commander selection from either of the Axis players, so still got that up their sleeves. Second Panzer IV for iKarbO, and still with quite a lot of manpower spare as well. Desperation camp in the center here from Evalance. EP's pretty much dead even at this stage. Slow repairs from iKarbO though. Probably needs to squeeze another Pio now that he's got a second Panzer IV coming in. Did manage to make it away to safety with his pack though, so all is well up there in the north for him. Heinrich doesn't really have anything to pressure this Panzer IV with, really. Having gone for that Scott first. Second Panzer IV comes through, gets a big hit in. And Heinrich bleeding a tremendous amount of manpower, really needs that Jackson to help fight back here. Here comes a COH2 barrage. This one a lot better, taking down one of the MGs. 5 kills now. Okay, a bit of push forwards here, but the MG in a nice position, shutting down the aggression. The P-Green's getting in close here. Bundle grenade forces the retreat. Kind of runs into the suppression. Should stay on the pressure there against the guards. Don't let them crawl out to safety. And come out of suppression. Slight miss micro there. This barrage coming through onto the machine gun. Panzer IV pushing forwards here. If he was feeling bold, he could come forwards and stay on top of the Zist. Look for the D crew. Doesn't have to worry about that. Oh, double anti-tank guns. Connecting with the T-34 gets it quite low there. I was trying to find the other one. Okay, speaking of double anti-tank guns, Heinrich also going for double anti-tank guns. So it might be an idea to try and tech up and get out the Werfer now. The Allies also starting to invest more heavily into team weapons. Oh, did he steal away that MG in the south there? Looks like it. Passive sprint coming around the corner here. Mine up in the north, by the way. Oof, nearly got triggered there. Yeah, the Allies are susceptible to those mines. No sweepers still. You know, even if you're not worried about the sweeping, just a repair speed bonus. Okay, scouting with that. Here comes the caddy, but look at that scatter just all over the show. Ooh, for that second wave coming through, getting some big hits. MG goes down, pack setting up slightly out of the target zone. He does have the pyros there for the recrew as well, so good kills. Good bit of bleed, but not super impactful. Right, now with a bit in the bank, could be about right to go for another tank. And getting a couple of long range shots on the Panzer IVs here. Heading up fast. Second air tank gun moving in. Oh boy, Panzer IV could be in some trouble. Green's trying to get a bit of a flank going, but MG shutting that down. Got some smoke coming on the MG as well from the Scott. Irish charging in deep, pressuring away the anti-tank gun. And Allies looking to set up the triple cap here. We have tier 4 down for Cyrano, and here comes the Werfer. This brush. There goes the MG. Oh, that's a long range one. Pretty good scatter though, a lot of health damage. Good start there for the Werfer, 6 kills. Nearly got the wipe on that one. It's ready 5 the option. I think that's a fair enough decision. You know, if he's feeling bold though, could also perhaps have just gone for more T-34s, just trying to spam them out. As we often see with this commander. Okay, we went for that. Maybe decide not to go for the airborne guards. Just going for like triple T-34s. That could be pretty strong, I feel. Also a little bit harder to micro though. People are trying to get them neutralized before retreating here, but I don't think it's going to work out too well. Okay, T-34 kind of driving around. Gives them a bit of breathing room. G-Green's pushing forwards. Taking down the beacon. Taking down the anti-tank gun. Okay, good shot there from the Panzer IV on the conscripts. Gets them very, very low, but the conscripts... Oof, nice position, actually. Saves the day with that AMG suppression. Is that another whiff brush? No. Oh, it was a whiff barrage, but from iKarbO. I was like, what? What left that kind of crater? Makes a lot more sense now. I didn't hear that though. Well, I'm in the same position. Captain extremely low. Can the LNG Grenadiers finish off the captain? Suppression kicking in. No. Gets away. Close call. T-34 and SU pushing forwards here. Could be the end of the 222. Backing away safely for the moment. Here comes the pack as well. A good push forwards here for Evalance.
Our opponents are seizing
And
the
a lot
sector.
of territory. Okay, here come the pack shots now, but
The
pack
sector has been cut off.
going to back away. Oh. 3-5 connecting. Oh, but the pack finding a cheeky angle there. Airborne guards calling in their Vet 1 ability. Oh boy. Oh, iKarbO having some pathfinding issues with this Panzer IV. Got the rocket run coming through. No, in fact, that's the actual P-47s. But not necessary. S-35 finishes the job. Doesn't miss. It was a reasonable decision though to activate it there. Especially if the Allied team wants to continue the pressure. Keep those Axis tanks boxed out.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Okay, Panzer IV staying in the targeting zone. Going to take a pass here. Mistake. Could even catch the Werfer if it fires from there. Luckily, most of the rockets there connecting with the building. Panzer IV just pushing forwards aggressively. S-35 getting a good hit in. Looks like the planes did get shot down though. One of them did at least. Eyes go down. Okay, Panzer IV gets very low but does survive. Another plane shot down. Axis capping up in the north, slowing down the drain. They're about 130 behind, but still alright. A little bit of a setback though, losing one of those Panzer IVs. Sherman next for Heinrich. I didn't even notice it, but he lost his Scott at some stage. Apologise for missing that. I still think maybe the Jackson would be a better choice for Heinrich at this stage. You know, he's got a pretty strong anti-infantry force with the LMG Paras, with the Pathfinders, barred up squads. Just needs the anti-tank and can get that from the Jackson. Now that the rocket artillery is out, it's a bit safer than relying on anti-tank guns. For strike. Oh, kind of targeting the retreat path here. Nearly catches the Airborne guards. Katyusha coming back the other way. Getting some pretty good hits too. Cyrano getting away. By the way, he did lock into close air support. Don't see that too often. T-34 charging forwards here, dodging the double anti-tank guns for the moment. With a rocket run coming through, but I don't think that's going to hit too much. A little bit of anti-infantry damage. Oh, he finds the Werfer out the back. The other Werfer could be in some trouble too, popping the smoke. T-34 getting low. Oh, but kind of backs continued through the arc. If he came back down that way, I think it would have survived. Pack's now spinning around though. S-35 backs out of there. Nice attack ground attempt. Is that a second Katyusha now? Taking in the double packs. 2 kills, decent. One of the old strats with this commander, which players might not be aware of, because you don't see it very often these days, is a recon pass plus the anti-tank strafe on the opponent's rocket artillery pieces. Oof, that was a big Stuka dive bomb and 2 units down to that. Ouch. Bad dodging there from the allies. Oh, what was that? Brumbier with a monster shot there. Nearly getting the wipe. So yeah, if you do play this commander, I mean, back in that day, it used to be a lot better because the anti-tank strafe used to come through like way faster than it does currently. But you still might be able to cheese one out because the opponent just doesn't expect it. That being said, you probably just shouldn't play with this commander because it sucks at the moment. Okay, double packs on the Panther. HU-85 in some trouble. Taking the hammering here. No infantry support. And down it goes. Evalance down the dumpster now after those losses. Go for another HU-85. But yeah, he's taking some big losses, so is Heinrich. Also a little bit low on the pod cap. The Axis team. It's done to overwhelm all of a sudden. Going in the anti-infantry strafe here. Not hitting too much though. Planes and planes and planes. Get 2 on that caddy now. Get the cooldown bonus. Should be quite powerful. He doesn't feel safe using it until he's got the SU-85 out. I'm totally sure. Laid out. Good dodge though from Cyrano. Okay, Brumbier coming forwards. This V1 could fire off the old bunker buster, but decided to pull back instead. As I thought also could, you know, wrap around, put some pressure on this. But no, staying in the targeting zone and did have take aim active, so had the extra sight there. Miss. Oh, actually did connect. Finishing the job on the decrew anti-tank gun as well. Jackson finally from Heinrich. He really needs this. Comes the word for this. Could be nasty. No, it's kind of rubbish. I personally don't think I'll be using a forward retreat point that close to my base. You have a reinforcement time penalty when you've got your reinforcement point active. So if you're not gaining a lot in terms of lesson retreat path, it's not a good idea to put one up that close to your base. Another anti-infantry plane coming in for Cyrano. Not entirely sure what that was targeting. Through. Oh, that was a nasty one on the forward retreat point. A couple of those rockets scattering. And here comes the bunker buster behind it. Oh my god. Heinrich, no dodge at all. He's too busy microing his jacks and he's just losing everything here. Looks like the Brumbier's going to go down. He popped the smoke. Jackson does finish the job, but the pack kills off the Jackson. And Heinrich just getting annihilated there. Does hold on to most of his squads, but huge amount of bleeds. Oh, he's lost his LMG Paras, one of his rifle squads. Oh my god, that was painful. P-47's called in. But it looks like they got shot down pretty quickly there. Oh boy. SU-85 and the ZIS combining, nearly taking down the Panzer IV there. I feel like the Katyushas haven't been active for quite a long time for Evalance though. I mean, I can understand if you've just got one that you want to try save your Katyusha barrages for like the best possible ones, but if you've got two, you can afford to be a little bit more reckless with how you utilize them. Okay, Sherman doing a wee bit of a wraparound here, around the side of the anti-tank gun. And the M1's there to support. Sherman on HE though. Panzer IV continue pushing. Sherman switching rounds over to AP now. Missing. Decal getting some nice suppression here, so Heinrich holding on. Anti-tank guns pulled back though. Panther up in the support now. Here comes their caddy. Into the center. Decent idea. Another anti-infantry plane coming through. Getting the pin off. Doing a little bit of damage, but if you're not pushing behind that, that's a waste of munis. As I said, I think I will be trying to save for the combo. Recon plus anti-tank strafe on top of the Katyushas. I think that would maybe work against the Evalance here. Worth a shot at least, you know, especially with them parked right next to each other like that. That would be such a juicy one to take out. Allies still with the VP lead, but maybe not for long. Which does have a wee bit of manpower now to rebuild with. Could go for another Jackson. And a lot of veterancy, you know, done a good job keeping the vet on his anti-tank gun. But yeah, it's just that reinforcement point at that position just I feel like that's a horrible idea. You know, you used to see players put up reinforcement points in their base just to collect all their troops in one position for the ambulance healing. But now with the reinforcement time penalty, that's why you don't see that these days. Barrage coming through. Barrage as well. There goes one squad. Axis all of a sudden taking a bit of a beating. A lot of damage. Losing a squad or two. Oh my god, he went for double SU-85s? He's got almost nothing to stop the infantry at the moment. A bit reckless there from Evalance. He does have a lot of manpower still. Here come the double packs. SU-85s. About to get lit up. Oh my god, he just switched this over to focus sight as well, moving quite slowly. Grenades exchanged. P-Green's in close range like this, so much stronger though. And that could be a wipe, unlikely, but does have some potential at least. Nexus looking to set up the triple cap again. Good long range shots off there from the anti-tank gun. I think he does have the Pathfinders on that, remember. Fresh Brumbier from iKarbO. Fresh Jackson out as well from Heinrich coming forwards. Good connection long range. Comes the Werfer looking for the wipe and the outright kill. Oh my god, the second one catches the retreating squad as well. Heinrich in some big trouble. Pulling in the anti-infantry planes again. Jackson though getting cold feet, doesn't want to potentially lose his Jackson. Oh boy. And the planes coming through for Evalance as well, taking down the Panzer IV on the front lines. Jackson's still alive though. Heinrich has just been taking a pounding this game. And Heinrich throwing in the towel. He's just taken one beat down too many, huh? A little bit of a shame. I felt like, you know, this game was still live. I know that he's been taking a hammering, but he could have fought back. His position, just have to play smart. You know, if he picks off one of the tanks, he'll be right back in it. And maybe instead of going for this full-on split as well, I'll probably have to still go for the split. Make you less susceptible to rocket artillery. I mean, there's no chance of Evalance winning this on his own. But yeah, I mean, a lot of talk from Evalance, but he didn't have a super strong performance to back that up, if I'm honest. But yeah, I just have to stress this, you know, this forward reinforcement point. No. Don't do that. 35s don't know which way to go. Panzer IV coming in from the rear. Finds the Katyushas, both of them going down there. Popping the Blitz now, circling around. Got the anti-tank planes coming through. There you go. So, a lot of trash talk for Evalance. I mean, they were doing okay in the early game, the Allies. But, yeah. Alright. Good work there from the Axis. Turning things around iKarbO. Doing really well up there in the north once the medium tanks arrived. Some build order issues, I think, from Heinrich. I don't know. And yeah, this was just a huge blunder. Definitely slowing him down every time he has to retreat. Sure, he doesn't have to retreat like this much further, but I think the reinforcement time penalty is like 75%? 75% longer to reinforce if you've got your forward reinforcement point active. So yeah, unless you're saving some big time in terms of travel, not a good idea. Maybe if it was like up here, if you could possibly do it, or maybe over here. A little bit close to the front lines, but yeah, from that position, I think that's a bad play. But yeah, GG by the Axis. You know, they were down in a tough position, but they managed to turn around to solid play, picking off a unit here or there. Nothing spectacular, no big blitzes or glorious moves, but grinding their way back in and ultimately taking this one out. Anyway, guys, I'll wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye. And good luck.